everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This week, I'm drawing Zoro from One Piece. I know I've made a lot of One Piece art the last few weeks or so, but I've been thinking about it a lot because it gets me through my daily grind at, my shitty retail job. And my friend Emily has started watching it, and she's really into it, and she loves Zoro, so I've drawn little baby pre-time skip Zoro, just for Emily, because she's not anywhere near that part, and that's okay. Gotta pace yourself. There's a lot of content in One Piece, so it's fine if she takes it slow. I'm just excited that she's into it because I pretty much only ever talked about it with my buddy George, and George does not watch it. George is, the only anime George has seen is Yuri on Ice, which is not a bad thing, but he doesn't understand what I'm talking about, and so now that, I hang out with Shelby and Emily all the time, I get to talk about anime, and it's nice that they are into One Piece because it's hard explaining what goes on in that to George. Not nearly as hard as explaining JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That is a ride to try and explain to someone who's never actually seen or read it. It's wild. Yeah. Anyway, so I have exciting news for me in that I ordered an artist doll, I guess is the appropriate word. I collect dolls. Fun fact. I have a lot of Blythe dolls, and now I have 3 ball jointed dolls, or BJDs, and 2 of them I ordered from different companies, and 1 I ordered from Moonlight Jewel here on YouTube. She's a doll customizer, and recently she did pre-orders for her first ball jointed doll she has ever designed, and so I ordered it, and she came in today, which is Tuesday. The Tuesday before this video goes up is when I'm recording this. So she came in today, and I'm super excited because she's super pretty, and so I'm gonna do her face. I've ordered stuff so I can do her face and her hair, because I didn't actually think she was gonna get here as fast as she did, because my local post office is not fantastic, so I was not expecting her to get here that quickly. So I'm excited that she is here when she is, but I am not ready. I do have lots of scrap fabric though, so I can start making her outfits. Fun fact, she fits in some of my Blythe doll tops, so that's exciting. Not that that means anything to any of you. Maybe if I remember in post, I will put in pictures of some of the things I'm talking about. So I'm excited to get to work on her. That will be a great time. I have to wait though until my stuff gets here, but I can make her clothes now, I guess. So that'll be a time. I need to come up with a name for her, but I am excited. I'm so excited. This is gonna be a great time. Also, as of me recording this, it's Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah to everybody who celebrates it. And by the time this goes up, I guess Hanukkah will be over. I'm sorry I couldn't get anything out to you sooner. I didn't plan for holidays at all this year, because my state where I lived was in a second lockdown, but I still had to go to work because we were doing curbside pickup at work. So I had to go and run orders out to people and look for their orders in the back and then run them out to them. And that was exhausting. I did that for 2 weeks. And then, I have to be at work at 6 o'clock every morning, because primarily what I do is freight, which means I move product from the pallets it gets shipped to us in out to the various departments so that those people can put it on the floor. And so me and a bunch of other people just show up every morning at 6 and just go through these pallets and sometimes after we're done with all of that, I will help them do clothing specifically, or I hop on a register because they train me specifically to do register work. That way, if it's busy, I can be on a register, or if they really need someone on the register for the day, I can be called in to do it, which I hate so much with a passion, but like, I guess I have a job, so it's fine, I guess. I'm excited about my doll. She needs a name. If you want to see updates about her, you can check out my Instagram, which should be linked down in the description. And I mean, I don't know how quickly I'm gonna get anything done for her, but totally check that out. And yeah, so anyway, I did not plan for the holidays because I've been really tired and working, and I haven't had time to plan, and we were in a second lockdown, and no one I really know is comfortable hanging out right now because everyone's just really nervous about everything, and that's fine. So I didn't plan anything. I didn't even think of like, oh hey, maybe I can post extra videos for Hanukkah. I did not think of that at all, and I'm sorry, next year I will hopefully be more organized and maybe get something out. We'll see. My buddy George did come over because he's pretty much the only person outside of my siblings who's allowed in my house, and because he works from home. He's a grad student and he works from home. So I don't have, like, all of his classes are online, and all of his work is also online because he's a tutor at the university, so he does all that via like Google Hangout or something. And so I'm not worried about him having anything. Arguably, I might be more likely to give him something because, you know, I have to go to work. But yeah, he's the only one allowed in my house. So he did come over, I think, on the third night of Hanukkah, which was fun. He made latkes from scratch because I'm too lazy to do that myself, unless it's Hanukkah, and in which case I'm just like, hey George, would you like to use my kitchen? He's always excited to use my kitchen. So I got off, I did work that day, so when I got off of work, I like went home and I changed and I took a shower. I would make sure I'm not like as germ free as possible, and then I got him and I dropped off a present for my friend Emily, which she really liked, and that was exciting. It was also kind of nice to see someone, like, I mean, I just kind of passed her the present through her fence because like it's just kind of, those are the times we're living in right now. So I just passed it to her through the fence, and then we talked for a little bit, like, again, through the fence, because it's like one of those wrought iron fence gate things. So there's spaces, and she opened it just enough so like I could pass the present through, and then we kind of hung out and talked for a little bit, and then I went to this like Eastern European food grocery store place, because George really wanted to look for something, because he lived in Russia for a little bit, and he there was something he wanted to get, and he knew this place had it, but it had moved and he hadn't been there, and we happened to be driving by it. He's like, hey, let's stop here. So we stopped, we got some stuff, we got some donuts, and then we went back to my house, and he made latkes, and we did candles, and we watched the Rugrats Hanukkah special, which is the best. I love it so much. We watch it every year. That is our tradition, is that at least one night of Hanukkah every year, George and I will hang out and we will watch the Rugrats Hanukkah special. So that's cool. We do that every year, and I'm kind of glad that we still managed to make that happen this year. Like, there was no big Hanukkah dinner. No one at any point. I mean, I know there's still, like, when I'm recording this voiceover, there's still a couple of days left, but, like, I'm not going to be doing anything, and I think he did a Zoom Hanukkah party with some people at the Jewish Student Union at the university, which is cool. I did not, because I honestly forgot about it. They sent me the link. I'm like, I'm on that same mailing list, and they sent me all the stuff, and I didn't remember, and I was tired. So it was nice to see. So like, that was like the biggest thing, but it was all online. Normally every year, at least someone we know is doing a big dinner for one of the nights, or, you know, like the Jewish Student Union is doing some sort of thing, so we go do that. But none of that happened this year, and that's fine. It makes sense. I get it. It's kind of sad, but I'm glad we still got the chance to, just me and him, watch the Rugrats Hanukkah special. That was great. Every year we laugh about different jokes, like really hard. Like, we like all of the jokes in that special, but some of them stick better depending on the year. One year we were really hung up. A guy is dressed as a dreidel, and Angelica makes him slip, and he runs into Angelica later in the night, and he tells her that she made him break a shin, which is one of the characters on the dreidel, and it was great. He and I had a great time laughing about that one year. A Maccababy's Gotta Do what a Maccababy's Gotta Do is also one. The one that always gets us, guaranteed to get us, is that at some point in the special, Tommy is in the role of Judah Maccabee, and Chucky is like, maybe we should give up on maybe we should give up on the Torah, because, you know, they're being pressured by the Greeks to give up Torah and become Greek. And Tommy Judah is like, no, we can't. These are the books that our forefathers read, and our 5 fathers, and our 6th fathers. And every year, George and I lose it at 6th fathers. It's beautiful. Maybe next year Emily can hang out with us on our annual Rugrats Hanukkah watch party. And she can also appreciate that joke with us. Sorry, my dog needed to go outside. He's also starting his usual, you didn't give me people food when you ate dinner, you just gave me dog food, how dare you, portion of the night, which is a time. We'll see if he keeps coming in to bug me, but I'm almost done with this voiceover, so I can do it. I will make it before he decides to derail everything I'm working on. He does that periodically. I've had to scrap entire voiceovers because he's just screeched the entire time to get my attention. Sometimes he's cute. Most of the time he's cute. Everyone I know loves him. But they don't have to live with him. So there's that. It's especially bad taking him to the vet because he screams and cries, like literally, like big fat tears will be streaming down his face as I'm driving to the vet's office, and I don't even know why, because the vets love him, and apparently once he gets back there, he's fine. He's great, he's cute, he's adorable, he's doing everything he can to just butter himself up to them, and they think he's fantastic, but it's on the way there, he just is an absolute shit, and I don't understand why he does it, but he does it, and alright, whatever. I guess part of the problem is that he's got separation issues, because pretty much, like, I know I work, but my dad is retired, so he's always home. So there's always somebody here to keep him company. And so he's just used to having one of us there all the time. And when he goes to the vet, even before all the stuff this year, the vet I take him to, would do drop-offs. So, like, I would get up, like, he'd be scheduled to be dropped off at, like, 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning. So I drive him over there, and I drop him off, and then they would keep him the day. Like, they would, you know, feed him and check on him and do all his stuff, like shots and whatever, throughout the day between other patients, like between them, yeah, like people who came in person for like emergencies or whatever. And then they would call me when they were done, and I would go pick him up. And so he's not necessarily alone when he's there, but me and my dad aren't there with him. And he's there for hours. And I don't think he likes that, even if, like, all the vet techs are nice to him. So that's why he pitches the biggest fit when I take him to the vet. But he has to go. He has to go. Because he's old. He's old. He is delicate. Because he's a Chihuahua. And he's old. So he has to go every year to make sure everything's going fine, because at this point, little things that go wrong could be very bad for him. And I would appreciate it if he, you know, lived as long as possible. He's 12, which is, I guess, not super old for a Chihuahua, but, like, it is the part in his little doggy life in which people start getting very concerned with his overall health and well-being, and I am concerned because I want to make sure he's healthy and is around for as long as possible, because, okay, yeah, I complain about him being annoying, but, like, I love him anyway, you know? He's my annoying little brat. If that makes sense? I'm sure it does. Anyway, that's what I got going with the poopy. Call him the poopy because he's the size of a puppy, and when he's mad at me, he poops in the house. Like, if I work part-time because it's really hard to get a full-time job where I live, so usually my shifts are only like 5 hours tops, but during the busy seasons, like, you know, right now, the holidays, I will get 8-hour shifts. Sometimes a lot of them, sometimes only like a couple of times a week. But even if, like, my dad doesn't go anywhere all day, like, while I'm at work, and my dad has a funny sleep schedule, so sometimes he's awake during the day, and sometimes he's only awake at night. So sometimes if I'm at work during the day and he's asleep, the dog, like, has to go pee and no one's there. And so we'll find, like, weird little corners of the house where he's gone because he was desperate, and that's fine. Like, it's not great, but it's fine because he had to go, and he's so tiny he couldn't hold it, and that's fine. We've accepted this. It's a perfectly okay thing. There are times though where he's really mad that I'm gone for like an 8-hour shift at work, and even if my dad is awake, that he will go specifically to where he knows that I will find it, like the doorway to my bedroom, and poop, because he knows, like, because he's just mad at me, like, how dare you leave me, I'm gonna leave you a present. And I know he's doing it on purpose, because when he's desperate and he can't get out, he will hide the poops somewhere random in the house, and he won't, so I don't find them until, like, they're hard and gross, and stuck to the carpet. But when he's mad at me, he wants me to find them, and I do, and it's disgusting. because I usually step in it. So he's the poopy because he's the size of a puppy and he poops in the house. We're all done! Yay! Hope you guys had a great time listening to me ramble and watching me draw Zoro from One Piece. I think it turned out pretty great, and I hope Emily likes it because I drew it for her. I post new videos every Friday, so be sure to subscribe. Also, if you liked the video, maybe push the like button and leave a comment. And I'll see you next week. Bye!